Hey everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of The Revenue Journey. My name is Asher and I'm here to share my journey, observations and perspective doing technology sales in Southeast Asia. During the previous episode, I shared about how there is a lot more technology sales entry-level job right now compared to when I was applying a year ago. I also shared how being in tech sales and talking to different salespeople in different companies has helped me learn one thing, and that is that not all sales roles are created equal. So last week, we talked about how you can choose the right company for you by looking at things from a macro level, where you try to understand more about technology trends. Now this week, we want to look at things at a company level. And the idea is simple. We want to find out more information about the company itself, and we can start to make certain conclusions from the facts that we see. So based on my personal experience and observations, here are the top 5 things you want to look for. Number 1, number of employees in the region. Number 2, existing customers in the region. Number 3, buyer personas. Number 4, sizes of their customers. And number 5, reviews of the company. Now, depending on the status of these points, it could be a positive thing or a negative thing, depending on how you look at it. So let's dive into them right now and take a look. Number 1, you want to find out the number of employees in the region. The way you want to do this is simply head over to the company LinkedIn page, click on the People tab, and add a country. In this case, we'll add Singapore. What we are trying to find out here is their presence in this region. If a company has lesser employees here, that could mean that the company may have just expanded into the APAC region. Then you can expect that if you do join this company, it will be agile, it will be fast, and it may even feel like a startup at times, and you have to learn things on your own very quickly. If it's bigger, you may have more support, processes are probably already in place, and things are more structured. But it could also mean that things can be slower at times. Point number 2, which may correlate to point number 1, because you want to find out who are the existing customers they have in the region. Most companies' website would have a page dedicated to their customers' case studies or stories, and you may have the option to filter the customers by region. If that option is available, filter to APAC. The more customers that a company has in the region, that could mean that it's an easier product for you to sell because the brand is already well known and it is utilized in the region. But typically, these companies would have much more employees in the region already, which means there may be more people trying to sell to the same few companies that haven't bought the product yet. Point number 3, understanding the buyer personas. When looking at the case studies, most of them would have a quote by someone who purchased their particular product on behalf of their company. It could be a CMO, COO, CTO, etc. These are the personas that the company sells to, and you can start to ask yourself, is that what you want? For example, you may have a passion for marketing, and in this case, you may want to sell a tech product for marketers or to CMOs, because you will always sell better when you have a passion for your product. Point number 4, similarly, as you look at the case studies, try to find out the sizes of their customers. Are they typically small medium businesses, mid-market companies, or are they enterprise companies? Different companies have different ways of defining the size of a company, either by their number of employees or their annual revenue. If you join a company that sells to businesses of all sizes, you can assume that you will start off by learning to sell to the small medium businesses first, which means you may need to learn to execute a high volume of prospecting activities such as cold calling and emailing. Whereas if a company sells to enterprise customers only, you will likely execute a lower volume of prospecting activities, but you will need to take more time to plan and coordinate a strategic prospecting plan. And lastly, point number 5 is simply to head on to Glassdoor, which is a website where current and former employees anonymously review their companies. Similarly, search for the company that you want and use the filters such as job function or location to further narrow down your search. Use the reviews as a gauge to find out what you can expect when you join the company. And to end off this episode, the pointers mentioned are simply a way to guide your decision making. There are definitely other things to consider, and there isn't a right answer in terms of the type of company. It all depends on what you prefer and what makes sense for you. Next week, it will be the last video on this topic about choosing the right company, and we will talk about looking at things from an individual level. So hopefully that was helpful to all of you, and as always, would love to hear from you if there's anything I've missed out.